Welcome back. This is the regulator I learned to dive on. It weighed more than my first car, leaked like a sieve, and sounded like Darth Vader with a chest cold. And yet, here I am, still diving, still loving it. But here's the crazy part. Many commentators suggest that scuba diving is just surviving. And I'm telling you, it's not. It's not just surviving, it's getting better. And here are some of the changes that I see that give me great hope and great comfort for the future. They're practically tailor-made for those of us who remember when nitrox was considered voodoo gas. So first, let's talk about rebreathers. For years, these things were like the Ferraris of diving. They were cool, they were expensive, and they were way too much maintenance for the average guy. If you enjoyed spending your entire weekend fettling a bit of kit, testing and calibrating sensors only to get told, you're not going diving, then those things were for you. But for other people, too much challenge. But now we have products like Dive Talk Go, a recreational, fully closed mechanical CCR that costs less than a used jet ski. We're talking under $5,000, fully kitted out. Now that's still not cheap, but it's a far cry from the 10K plus nightmares of a few years ago, where you needed a PhD in, why is this thing still beeping at me, just to get by. It's also not a far cry from the Avelo system we talked about just a couple of weeks ago. Is it perfect? Perfection doesn't exist. But if you want to experience bubble-free without the pain to your credit, then this is a step in a very right direction. And here's the best part. Imagine a dive where your air lasts longer than your knees. That's the rebreather promise. You'll surface because you're bored or cold and not because you're out of gas. And yeah, you look like a Bond villain at the same time, but let's be honest, you earned it. Progress, baby, progress. But also remember back to a time when artificial reefs literally just meant we dumped a whole lot of stuff in the ocean floor. Go try and figure something out. Now, these places are legit sites. The USS Spiegel Grove, it looks like it's been down there since the dinosaurs and has so much growth on it. Cancun's Musa, it's like an underwater art gallery where the fish are the critics. Even old subway cars are getting a second life as lobster condos. For me, this is the ocean's greatest magic trick. Give it time and it'll turn our trash into treasure. And the best part? Every new wreck, every new structure means new excuses to go diving. Sorry, honey, I gotta go. The ocean's doing science. Now there's a balancing act to play, and we can't just go dumping anything into the ocean, calling it a structure, calling it an artificial reef. Some things literally should not be down there, and they will be nothing ever than trash. But after the hurricane, we were asked here by the local government whether we wanted to create an artificial reef using some of the damaged yachts that were abandoned in the mangroves. Most of them are fiberglass, which won't biodegrade, and nothing's ever going to grow on them. So the right answer there was no. But as an older diver, let's talk dive computers. For years, we spent most of our time on a dive squinting at screens the size of a postage stamp, trying to decipher what the menus were and what it was trying to tell us. These things were designed for caffeinated octopus. But now, Shearwater Perdix, Garmin Descent X50, these things are like large print editions for diving. Big, clear displays, and zero shame. The kicker? These aren't just for old guys anymore. Young divers see the Shearwater and go, fancy. Instead of going, okay, boomer. That's progress in my book. Even if I still can't figure out how to stream Netflix on the Garmin X50. Other equipment is getting better for us too. Tanks, are lighter. Regs getting easier to breathe. It's like the gears finally realising we're not 25 and sporting six-packs anymore. Better late than never, though. And that brings me on to the next reason for hope. The kids. Yeah, I know. Usually we grumble and say, back in my day, or these lads, they don't know they're born. But here's the thing. Gen Z, Gen Alpha, the divers that we're creating there, they're not just in this for the Instagram pics or as voyeurs looking over the reef. They're out there, they're planting corals, they're hauling ghost nets out of the water, they're logging fish counts like it's their job, and honestly, it's kind of beautiful. It's okay, I'm not crying, you're crying, shut up! We've been involved in training and working with these kids for almost 10 years as part of our Caribbean Reef Buddy program. Seeing the passion and the motivation these younglings have, it's not about certs, it's not about training, it's about being involved and making a difference. And watching this year on year, it's highly motivating. And what about the dive clubs? They're changing as well. The dynamics within the dive clubs is moving from these old flat cap wearing, pipe smoking, slipper donning old boys to real change demographics, mixed groups, solo female divers. It's brilliant to see that inclusivity where once it was cliques and old boys clubs. The motto is, come one, come all, let's save the ocean, and maybe grab a beer afterwards. It's like Woodstock, but with less mud and better air. And here's the truth. We've messed up a lot, as we talk about in my last video. But the ocean, it's stubborn. It adapts. It takes our wrecks and turns them into wonderlands. It takes our kids and turns them into warriors. No matter what changes, whether it's rebreathers, reef bots, or whatever comes next, that feeling of weightlessness, that'll never get old. There are many active divers and explorers who have the opportunity to dive in some of the most amazing places in the world. And there are many, many people that move the needle for all of us personally. But I dare you, tag a diver below who gives you hope. So yeah, there you have it. The gear is smarter, the divers are greener, and the ocean is still full of surprises. Maybe Scuba's best days aren't behind us. Maybe they're just below us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a rebreather manual to go and read, as I don't want to panic on the next dive, and real divers, RTFM nowadays. Dive safe, folks. See you soon.